Ladies and gentlemen, our apologies for that momentary inconvenience. Our Wi-Fi went down for a moment, at least for the time being. We are back. So AJ Killian led off the inning with a double. Not sure you guys were able to see that. Connor Hilbert had a bloop single. Connor with the 10th man in the order. Bloop single into center field in front of Max Merlin. And Hilbert able to advance to second base on a wild pitch. Didn't get that far away from Tyler Swan. So second and third, nobody out. The leadoff man, Tommy Howard, is up. He's facing a 2-2 count. Takes ball 3 a little outside, 3-2. Howard walked in the first. He was thrown out stealing by Swan. He's thrown out 2 men stealing behind the plate. Bootleggers will play back, up 5-1 in the bottom of the third. They'll gladly concede a run for an out. Here's the 3-2. And on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Howard not happy with the call. One big out nonetheless for Jose Del Real on the mound. That brings up Brian Pruitt. He struck out his first time up against the starter Brian Perry. So he'll battle down second and third, 1 out. Once again, the infield playing back. That first pitch, taken in the dirt. Gets away from Swan for a second, but not far enough. So 1-0. Del Real on in relief for Brian Perry. Went the first 2 innings. Bootleggers pitching. He's only struck out 2 men so far as that's fisted foul towards the screen, 1-1.
It's been really decent pitching from Perry and Del Real as well. Both those guys like to throw the breaking balls. One thing I really noticed about them is that's their really go-to pitch. We saw it work out for Del Real, though, last at bat to Howard as that breaking ball, curveball kind of hit the top of the strike zone.
I assume if you're the Green Dragons, you need to get at least 1 run across here, if not 2. Whoa, what's going on here? What the? We have 2 men over at third. That just doesn't... What happened there? Okay. So, Connor Hilbert over at second base. I wonder if he thought the bases were loaded and ball 4 was just issued. He got a big secondary, and he was just kind of coasting on over the third. Swan threw behind him towards second base. Got Hilbert in a rundown, so he had 2 men on third base, and they just tagged Connor Hilbert out. George, I've never seen a play like that in my entire life.
Yeah, it definitely was not the best base running that I've seen, Evan. It's just those things that really need to start working on because in a game like this where it's also very close, and of course, Green Dragons 2.5 games back from that first place spot in the PSCL. They're currently 4th. And those top 3 teams get a bye in the playoffs, so it's going to be important for these Green Dragons to have some good base running, not have any costly errors that can hurt them long term.
Ryan Pruitt draws ball 4. That really changes the way this inning looks. Could easily be bases loaded, 1 out. Now it's first and third with 2 outs. Good way for Tyler Swan to inflate his numbers. I don't know, just a mental error. That's the only way I can explain that. Either way, it brings up Joseph Letizia. Flew out to center his first time up. Short lead at first from Pruitt. I'd be shocked to see him going anywhere. He does not go. First pitch taken right down the chute, strike 1. I think the bootlegger bench was just as confused as we were. Tyler Swan was on the case. He knew what was going on. Behind the plate. The 0-1, breaking ball. On the inside corner, strike 2. So good bounce back so far. Jose Del Real ahead 0-2. And he's set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit hard. On a couple hops to the second baseman, Scafone. He flips to the short way to second for the 3rd out of the inning. So, leadoff double for the Dragons. A couple of hits Ultimately, leave 2 men on. Nobody scores. Some help for the Bootleggers with a mistake on the bases. Either way, we'll go to the 4th inning. Bootleggers lead 5-1. We're set for the top of the 4th inning, ladies and gentlemen. Elliot Johnstone back out for his 4th inning of work. Lee Evan Meyer, Graham Gonzalez, Daniel Vendel, Go Hattori, the scheduled hitters. First pitch upstairs to Meyer. He walked and scored in the 2nd. Johnstone trying to keep the Bootleggers off the board during an inning for the first time this game. Put up 2 runs in the 1st and the 2nd innings, and a single run in the 3rd. They're staked to a 5-1 lead. Nobody up in either bullpen, so we will see Jose Del Real come back out for the next inning. Way inside 2-1.
This game has really started to become in favor of the Bootleggers. They've been starting out really strong in the ball game. Already have 5 hits and 5 runs. They're kind of just continuing that momentum, going up against a very good Green Dragons team.
Bootleggers also taking advantage of 5 walks that have been issued. As Myers ahead in the count 3-1. The leadoff batter has reached, I think it's been every inning for both teams, George.
It has. Scafani reached in the 1st inning. Then it was Meyer in the 2nd. And then Merlin in the 3rd inning. Here we are seeing Meyer again.
I think the Green is their leadoff man? Yeah, and the Green Dragons leadoff man has reached every time too, as that ball is through the hole on the left side for a base hit. 6th hit of the day for the Bootleggers. Meyer's 1 for 1 now. And so we're 7 for 7 with both teams putting the leadoff man aboard. Only difference is Bootleggers have put 5 runs across, Green Dragons only 1. So that brings up Graham Gonzalez. He singled and scored in the 2nd, so he's 1 for 1. Shortly at first, Evan Meyer pitches in the dirt, ball 1. Meyer has not stolen a base this season. I'd be a little surprised if we see him go here. 1-0 the count. Still a big hole on the right side for the lefty Gonzalez. So he takes inside 2-0. Middle infield set to turn 2, and of course, Mejorado keeping the runner close at first. Tommy Howard playing pretty deep in right field. Two O's, hit in the air, shallow left field. I don't think Hilbert saw right now. He comes sprinting in. That ball's going to drop. Wow, all sorts of adventures with the sky. And in both games we've had so far. I don't think Hilbert saw that right away. He came sprinting in and not able to get to it. So another bloop hit for the Bootleggers. Puts them on first and second, nobody out.
Green Dragons had 3 guys kind of going in one location. I don't even think there's a lot of communication on whether or not who was going to get underneath that ball. So there's that sense of confusion along with the sun directly in their eyes and that ball way up there as well. Easily lose it. And that's why, you know, the Bootleggers have 2 runners on and have control of this ball game. Everything
going the Bootleggers' way so far. Hitting it hard, hitting it soft, on the bases, in the field. Brings up Daniel Vendel. Drove in a run on the ground ball out his first time up in the second, so he's 0 for 1. Chance for more for the Bootleggers. They already lead 5-1. Trying to make sure they stay away from that 12-13 seed play-in game before the playoffs, which start Wednesday, July 6th. Still nobody up in the Green Dragons bullpen. They must be stretched a little bit thin right now.
In this game, it's also very close as well. 4-run ball game.
Again, it's throw behind the runner, Meyer. Ball goes into center field. Meyer will not advance. Once again, aggressive base running out in second for the Bootleggers. Meyer was halfway to third by the time the pitch even got to home plate. Derek Hall might have had a play there if for a little better throw. So 1-0 the count. Bootlegger's able to throw a man out for the Dragons last inning at second base. Throw behind him, picking him off. In there, strike 1.
Good breaking ball there from John Stone. Able to read that perfectly. Bottom of the strike zone.
The Green Dragons will set up to try and turn 2. Not out of this game by any means. They don't want to let the deficit become too much. 1-1. That's popped up. Foul territory. Meharada over. He'll put that away for a big first out. So Johnstone able to get Vendel. That brings up Go Hattori. He walked his only play appearance in the second.
If they can hold the Bootleggers to a scoreless inning, I think this will be very beneficial for them to kind of get the ball rolling so the Green Dragons can even kind of get some runs of their own on board.
Bootleggers they're 8th in the league in drawing walks as a team. They've drawn 5 already today. It might help their rankings just a little bit. Go Hattori takes a ball upstairs 1-0. Once again, Dragons will try and turn 2. Upstairs again, 2-0. Well, Georgia, an interesting spot here. 2-0 count to Go Hattori. Chance to try to do some damage, maybe even put the game out of reach for the Green Dragons. What kind of pitch are you looking for?
We've been seeing the breaking ball a lot from John Stone. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes with it again.
There's a good breaking ball in there for strike 1. That inside part of the plate's been open, especially on the breaking pitches. So pitcher's pitch, 2-1 the count. Fastball right down the chute, strike 2. I don't think Go Hattori is looking for a fastball that particular pitch.
You know, I'd go with it again if I'm Johnstone, though. High fastball. Just gone a few pitches down and inside. Kind of really shaking it up in the strike zone.
2-2, check swing. Both runners will try and advance. They're able to do so. Meyer to third, Gonzalez to second. Good base running all the way around on the wild pitch. Looks like they say no swing on the check swing attempt from Hattori, so it's a full count. That really puts the pressure on the Green Dragons. No more double play possibility. Looks like the middle infield will still play back. You're a little surprised with that, George. They're not playing in. Breaking ball just outside ball 4. Johnstone wanted it, and they'll load the bases with 1 out. And with the top of the order coming up.
Now we're going to see this Green Dragons infield play a little bit in more, hoping to turn 2 with bases loaded.
So Weston Scafone, the batter, he's 2 for 2. RBI single back in the second. This is the man you want up. Trying to put this out of reach. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. Nowhere to put him. So 6 walks issued on the day for Elliot Johnstone. Bootleggers also put 7 hits on the board so far. So they lead 5-1, bases loaded. Outside again, 2-0. What do you think, George? Green light, he's 2 for 2, or you put a take sign on with some command dishes on the mound?
Scafone's feeling it at the plate. I say go for it. You're up by 4 runs. Worst that could happen, you either, turn a double play, get 1 out, and then hopefully, you score in a run or 2.
Tries another breaking ball, it's outside 3-0. We've seen 2 breaking balls in this at bat, both of them miss. 3-0. What do you think, George?
Johnstone's walked 6 batters here so far in the ball game. Allowed 7 hits. Let's say go for it.
That's outside again. A 4-pitch walk that'll force in a run. So it's 6-1 Bootleggers. Second RBI of the day for Weston Scafone. He's been on base all 3 times. Evan Meyer will cross the plate. So Graham Gonzalez at third, Go Vittoria on second, and Scafone over at first.
I believe it's time for the Green Dragons to look over towards the bullpen, Evan. In a game like this, looks like they have a mound meeting, though, right now.
And now the coach coming out. Unless I missed something, George, I haven't seen anybody warming up in that Green Dragons bullpen. Do they have anybody available? Johnstone's battled. He's done his very best, but every inning's been very taxing for him. A lot of high-stress pitches.
7 walks and 7 hits on the day for Johnstone, bringing in 6 runs too. So
still a chance for more. So the entire infield out there, they're going to stick with Johnstone, and you can't bring a pitcher in without warming him up. Nathan Beckley is now due up. Reached on the fielder's choice and scored in the first. Hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the second. This is the part of the lineup you want up for the Bootleggers. A base hit right here could all but put it away. Also to keep in mind, 2-hour time limit for all these games too. So bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run has crossed the plate so far this inning. Bootleggers have scored every inning as we stand in the 4th. That's inside 1-0. Green Dragons still just 1 pitch pass from getting out of it. They'll try and turn 2. But Beckley's been excellent all year.
Corners pinched in, short and second, a little on the outside.
Ooh, thought about pulling the trigger. He does not. Strike 1. Down and in towards the lefty. 1-1 the count. Johnstone trying to battle through the 4th. He kicks and deals. Breaking ball. That's off the shin guard of Hall that kicks away. Cross the plate is Gonzalez on the wild pitch. That ball kicked way up in the air. So it's now 7-1 Bootleggers. Vittoria goes to third, Scafone to second. And 2-1 the count. Even as a catcher, catching these long innings, it's got to tire you out, even if you are trading out every inning.
Yeah, it definitely will take a toll, especially, as we have the infield playing right on the inside of that grass. looking to possibly just get a double play here, retire the side.
Well, this is interesting. Now playing the infield all the way in. As Beckley hits that ball a mile high to right. Sprinting in is Tommy Howard, and it'll drop foul right on the bullpen mound. Good effort there from Howard, and Brendan Michelle, the second baseman, just not hit quite high enough. George, do you find it's interesting that the Green Dragons choose now to bring the infield in?
I do actually.
Pen for the Green Dragons.